much regard for the opportunities that we have together to attend proposal seminar from Cindy Rahani entitled The Effectiveness of Project-Based Learning using Blog in Enhancing Student Skills for grade students of SMA Negeri Model Terpadu Madang. The supervisor is Professor Kondermano PhD and Abdul Kamaludin MPD and PhD. And the reviews today will be Dr. Andreas Hadri and Dr. Malcolm MD PhD and Professor Dr. Amina SPD and MD. Before I open the seminar, you see, are you ready to present any part of your proposal? Good. In the name of the Almighty God, I declare this proposal seminar open officially. Now, I invite you to present any part of your proposal. Time is yours, please.
Friend with related study or previous study that have been done, and then you come also to see it. So not comparing previous one, not comparing related one, but you try to state your planning here so that make it. So once we read, oh, this is make it different. Whether there be a research design or what is it make it different, and then that's for later become the the novelty of yours. Okay? Okay. Yeah, you are going to see how PGBL through blog improving speaking skill. So that's why you try to review some recently review literature, some literature that really related how teaching speaking by using blog. Yes, so maybe you may try to add some. Oh yeah, you have here teaching speaking through project based learning, and then maybe because your focus actually blog, yeah. Yeah, vlog. Vlog is a kind of in the form of video, right? Video, not writing, but video. So in this implementation later, the project you try to ask the students making a project like a video and then talking, right? Speaking. So with a topic. Is that correct? Okay. So, okay, look at your method. Chapter 3. So, I have a look the way you are writing. It seems that some of your...
I didn't see your research schedule. Every researcher, when they do their research project, they rely much on research schedule. How to manage they follow the timeline from the beginning of, let alone you incorporate qualitative approach. Qualitative approach in terms of collecting data and data analysis, it's different. In qualitative approach, we call ongoing data analysis. You analyze the data from the beginning of your research schedule, timeline, until the end. It's different from quantitative approach. You collect the data after experimental research and then analyze the data. But in quantitative approach, you start from the beginning of research project until the end. Obtain data, documentary data, and then analyze, ongoing data analysis. Okay, next. So be sure to include your research schedule. You cannot manage your time if you don't have research schedule. Do you have research schedule?
I have a research schedule on my mind.
Oh my! You are a smart student. But anyway, to spend your time effectively on your research project, you researcher rely much on their research schedule. For example, this week I'll have to complete data collection, and then blah blah blah, interview or teaching students, providing, distributing tests, etc. So you rely much on your mind. So I would suggest you to prepare your research schedule. Okay. Well, how would you interview the students? You've got interview protocol here, interview guide or interview protocol. Could you tell us about your interview protocol or interview guide? Tell us about that.
In interview, I chose 5 students.
5 students or 3 students? As informants?
Yes, before that I chose 5 students.
You mentioned that you have only 3 informants, as students as informants.
I mentioned that for preliminary.
Or preliminary.
Yes.
You did your preliminary research.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's why Prof. Amina asked you about the preliminary study. For what?
For other get information
Yeah.
about problem in speaking the students.
And you interview so two students, 2 informants, and the rest, the other 3 will be interviewed later on.
Later on for interview qualitative data, I have 5 students who using
Snowball.
Yes.
Snowball is used.
For choose the same
Yeah, snowball is used in qualitative approach. The researcher use snowball to know or to include or recruit the informants. And you just ask the teacher who is knowledgeable, who is trustworthy for this topic, research topic. And then you use snowball, and then the other teacher or the other student will tell you, oh, the student is very applicable, very small. He is qualified for the interview and to become informant. That's snowball. So you recruit your informants based on the snowball technique. Yeah? Not something technical. Well, that's it, Prof. Back to you. Yes. Chairperson. Thank you. My pleasure.
This is a proposal. Remember when we write a proposal, what sentence tenses do you use? Huh? What tenses do you use for a proposal? Okay, but some of yours, like look at your chapter 3 later, yeah? Like the researcher carried out, gave a pre-test, all past tense. It seems that you have already done this. Okay? Okay, so you adopt your scoring system, you adopt from Brown. Did you adapt or adopt directly? Adapt it.
Yes.
Are you sure? You adapt it. If you adapt it, it seems that number 5. So are you sure that score 5 is applicable for the students? So on par with that, a native speaker with education. Kira-kira skor 5 itu sudah ada di SMA Madani.
Yeah, that's so.
Okay, yeah, so consider. So I think you may also communicate with the teacher in SMA Madani. What kind of scoring system? So you can adopt from there. Ya, kalau sampai ini sudah seperti native speaker, saya khawatirkan itu menjebak kamu sendiri karena kamu sudah pakai di sini. Nanti khawatir Masa nggak ada yang 5 gitu. Nah, itu yang anunya ya. So consider. Nah, so you have a scoring system here, but you also scoring category and which one will you use, or will you merge? How will you convert? I mean, scoring system that I adopt from Brown and also from Harris. So how will you convert the scoring system? So from Brown and Harris.
Here, from the component, I adapted from Browse about the description is scoring lovely description here about description, and then in Harris about the
Yes. Category, right? Okay, I give you example. If the students scoring like the grammar, they are in score 3. So where the 3 goes for category speaking category from Harris. Kira-kira kalau nilainya 3 dari Brown, itu nilai 3 kemana? Kalau di convert ke Harris. Consider about it. You don't need to answer now. Ya kan? Ya, harus diperhitungkan convertnya bagaimana.
So it's not you yourself, the teacher, who is going to create the video, or you provide videos from the existing or available online video blogs, blog videos, but the students are going to create videos in the project as part of the learning process, right? When they are creating the videos, the process, and then they practice speaking, and you're going to focus on recount, right? Recount text. If we are talking about recount text, it is related to telling experiences, right? One's experiences, right? Is that the focus? Recount text.
yes,
Yes. Okay. Telling experiences, right? Giving experiences, right? Is it okay? Yeah. So then, the scope, the focus will be, yes, as you mentioned, you stated in context, but yeah, in relation to speaking skill, it will be telling experiences, right? And then one may ask whose experience or experiences? The student's own experience, or the students may tell somebody else's experiences. The students, the students. It sounds more contextual, right? So it's related to the students' own experiences, and this may become one.
Okay, so don't worry, just take it easy. We are here for you. Okay? And then the second one is how the student perceive the implementation of the pedagogical method assisted by only that's or stop in flow. We don't need on the effectiveness of learning speaking skills. No, is it effective? They will answer your questions by answering the items from the questioners from Pakuan. So please write down or design your questionnaire items related to the survey on perception in the usage of PBI and flow. Right? If that's okay, then you have to change the scope. So I'm someone who is accepting the backward design. I try to see the end first, and then I go back to find out something that usually important for the final results. So then you say here, through the PBI method, there is also investigated, blah, 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 vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, and so on. I think this is useless. When we talk about speaking skills, when you talk about speaking ability, you talk about how fluent he is, how accurate he expresses his ideas, and so on, and how comprehensible it is. But pay attention, if it is good and accurate, it means comprehensible. That's real. And then you have to go back to school. Are year 10 students expected to have them all? Okay, so you have to go back to school teacher there, ask them, when you were in year 10 at SMR, do they have to be fluent, do they have to be comprehensible, do they have to be accurate in speaking? You have to know that first. And that's what you have to write in the real background here. Okay? So your background will bring Prof. Amina, Pak Mohtar, Pak Komarudin, and I to the real situation that students experience in SMA Madani. That's the background. Good? Okay? Right. Okay, then my last comment is going to the availability of video blog video. Have you tried to find out some important or related topic to the topic that you are teaching in outline here? If you haven't, then you have to work harder. Yeah? Find out some videos or blog that can be used to help students understand this topic, and then think or bear in mind that you have to create project based on the student's experience, so that we will be contextual as Komarudin has said. Right? Is it okay? I think all of them is noted. Yeah, we have noted around the draft and in this paper. Yeah, try to read, try to revise it, and if you cannot read it, come to us to say, your handwriting is very terrible. Yes. Oh, if you have anything to clarify, to ask, feel free to ask.
And my supervisor and the supervisor, I accept the suggestion, and then I will revise my draft to do my research.
When you talk, you have to end up your talking.
Conduct ya, jadi perbaiki nanti kalimatnya ya. Okay. Alright. You have also observations. Okay. You get data from observation, and then you provide observation sheet. Who will be observed? Who will be observed? The students. Who will observe? The researchers. Do you think what is it for actually?
For this part about the learning process, to know the learning process, to add information in analysis data for example.
So which part of your observations question that supporting your project PGBL by using plot? Which one? I see the observation not really supporting the data that you need, because you want to see how the student speaking skill improve through plot. But the observation sheet not really supporting. If you think you don't need it, you don't need to spend your time, yeah. But question, if you think you need to conduct observations, so make sure that the statement or question, the data that you need really there. Ya, benar-benar ada to support yours, ya, to support your data for later. Okay. Your teaching outline. So you're teaching only one meeting?
In teaching outline, the material about contest, the kind of contest I choose personal account. In this personal account, I add the 2 meeting to design a project, and in the last meeting for presentation and evaluate the final project.
How many times will you be in classroom implementing this?
Is 5
5 meetings, right? But your outline is only for 1 meeting, it seems. So all talking about the context. Why should you limit only the topic in context? Why you are going to see students speaking through vlog. If you make it limitation, itu akan membatasi anak-anak untuk berbicara, sementara yang Anda mau lihat itu bagaimana dia membuat vlog itu dengan berbicara.
And now let's move on to Mahasiswa PhD and so on.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Kondia, for the opportunity. And good afternoon, everyone. First of all, congratulations, Ms. Cindy, for having completed the final draft of your research proposal. And we are very proud of your work. Anyway, I think your research project is interesting. It contains novelty. You incorporated digital content. Nowadays it's called digital era. And then the use of social media platforms, the use of video vlogs, video TikTok are very popular recently. In the past, they used blog. I used to be a blogger, or this one. I've got a blog, so a personal website. And recently, over the last few years, let's say 3 years, the blogger, they changed their profession and move on to the blogger, to become blogger, by blogging. Do you have social media accounts? Instagram, do you have? TikTok? YouTube channel? Yeah. You must have all the accounts and channel, because the blog, the blogger upload their video. Well, they upload it and use the videos, and they use channel as well. Okay. Have a look at your research proposal. Very interesting, yeah? You use international language. I would suggest you to use global language. Nowadays, international language, English, has become global language. Yeah. That's the fast jargon we call international, and nowadays they use global language instead of. Some grammatical, I think, suggestion or corrections, not many, just few. Okay, I would suggest you in here you cited, there's a citation. In line with blah blah blah, UNTAD et al., I would suggest you in line with the skill, UNTAD in bracket suggests blah blah blah. And the PGBL still on page 1. Yeah. It's conducted by cooperating and placing. It should be parallel. In here you mention with cooperation and placing, not parallel. Go on. Page.
Very important. It's very, I think, inspiring. So, if you say to Pak Komar, to Pak Mukhtar, and to Amina about free meetings, I will not share the same opinion. I suggest you to have at least the first meeting will be, the first topic will be in 2 meetings, and then the second in 2 meetings, and the third in 2 meetings, so you'll have about 6 all meetings. 6 times attending the class. Are you okay for that? You still strong enough for that?
Yeah, I think so.
If you don't think so, I will say I will help you. That's why we are here for. We are here for you today. Okay? We are here for you today, not them, because they didn't ask questions. So only 4 of us are here for you. Oh yeah, yes. Absolutely yes.
You raise a question. Yes, you raise a question.
Yes, yes. This is also for you. Not in this one, no. Okay, is it clear? That's the most important part first. Okay, good. And the third, which is important, is you have to differentiate between teaching recount text for knowledge and for other skills. Okay? You train students by using PJBL based on the use of blog as medium in order to improve their speaking. Okay? So, what will be the outcome of your teaching? Is it understanding of the contents, or the development or the improvement of speaking skills? No, not possible. Because you only examine, you only assess speaking ability, speaking skills. You don't ask them about the context. The student will say, I don't care about that, I do care about my speaking. Yes. Because your title is related to the speaking skills. So you always have to go back to the main concern of your research. Is that okay? Right. If you say it is okay, then let's go back to the background. So your questions here, for example, when you talk about is PJBL method effectively improving speaking skills on fluency, will be not accepted, rejected. Ya, pertanyaan ini ditolak. Harusnya bagaimana?
And comprehensibility, right? Okay, right. Okay, Cindy? Right, so you might think about that. Number 2, okay, so how do students proceed, okay, the implementation of the PGBL? I noted that the reviewers, academic reviewers, Amina and Mukhtar was asking, how will you get the information, the data from this? And you're going to do, question number 1, question number 1, you're going to have the test, right? The speaking test. You have the speaking test, right? But then we're going to look at the test items later. Question number 2, you're going to do observations. Observation, you're going to see the students learning participations, activities in the classrooms, right? Okay, so you may not be able to get information about the students' perceptions, okay, about the project base, okay? But then you're going to interview the students, right? You said to Prof. Amina, you're going to select only three of the students. I think because you're going to get information from the students how they perceive, okay, about the integration of PGBL, project-based learning, into the learning of speaking skill. I think you may think of if you're going to include how many students, I mean, in your treatment?
36.
36 students, right? Are they in one classroom?
Yeah. All students consist of 30 students.
Okay, right. So you have yes. Cosine, is it design? Yeah, cosine. So that means you have control and experimental, yeah. Control experimental class. But of course, to find out the students' perception, only the students from the experimental, yeah. Only the students from the experimental class that you're going to find to get their perceptions about the integration of PGBL, right? Okay. So then I'm thinking of if you could get more, I think the 36 students, if only 3 students will be interviewed to get their perception, I think yes, they may think of more if this interview. But if you to make it simple, to make it easier, if you could design questionnaire, I think, right? Questionnaire items, yeah, questionnaire items, yeah, for collecting information about the students' perceptions about the PGBL in their learning, right? So then it will, and then if you need additional or confirmation, then you can continue with the interview, right? 3 or 5 students, yeah. But then in the questionnaire, you could the students can the 30 or 35 students can fill out the questionnaire, and then you get what they say, okay, about the PGBL in their learning, okay, right. Okay, and then so the scope, so accuracy and visibility, based on that, I will go quickly